Hey, it's Coach Shani, your spiritual and relationship coach. Here on this Friday, I'm so excited. I got to pet a beautiful, beautiful spirit today, a Clydesdale horse. They're very popular in St. Louis. You probably see my short where I got pictures of me and the horse. And his name was Olaf. He turned around and looked at me like he didn't turn around and look at everybody. And so Olaf be like, people petting him, like, yeah, gone about your business. Yeah, okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, yeah, next. She's like, you can touch him right here on the shoulder. I touched his shoulder. And you know the blue movie Avatar? Okay, that one. It was like we made that connection. Olaf turned around like, and you can see in the pictures. I'll probably post it. I'll see if I can add it onto this video. Olaf turned around, was looking at me. Like, where do I know you? Like, he recognized my spirit. That warmed my heart, y'all. So I do have a special connection with animals. They can pick up on your spirit and your energy. And I love that. And the guy was taking pictures. He took a bunch of pictures. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he looking at you like that. And so I was like, I can believe it. And so sometimes we walk through this planet knowing that we hold a certain amount of spiritual energy and that we're told we're chosen one, we're told this, we're told that, but it's still miraculous when you're out in public around people and animals and they just come to you, you know. And so that's why I was like, when you see me at the park, I'm nature girl. Things at the park just want to come, like they just they see me and they want to come sit by me. And I notice that when I'm out in public, people just kind of come want to sit by me or come talk to me or find out who I am or what I do, or they got to say something to me, you know, or they'll stop and stare at me. And I'm used to it at this point. But it's not just because I'm pretty. It's the energy, okay? It is such the energy. And so you got to know when you hold a certain amount of energy that's powerful in this space, you're going to attract people. So you got to make sure that you are thinking positive thoughts. It's and I was in my head for a little bit. So an older lady came over to talk to me. It was an older Black woman. She was the only one working at this place earlier. I was doing an event under my brand. And it's just a it's just something about she gave me that grandmother energy. You know, it's special. Like, and I can't explain that to anybody who's watching. If you're not Black, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's like we have this special connection. We do. And so when she came over, it was like grandmother energy to me. It's like you don't know a stranger, type of deal. And when she came over to me, she's like, smile, you trying to sell something. I was like, okay. She sounds just like my granny. And then when she came back over, she told she's a tourist. She got married 8 months ago and she's 68 years old. I was like, God, you be showing up and talking to me. You be showing up and talking to me through all kinds of people. And y'all know I'm a Taurus moon, so I get it. And she's just telling me how independently stubborn she is and how she just, set in her ways. But I said, and I told her something. And I said, we got to remember that men are vulnerable too, and they have feelings and they be excited to see us. And so she's like, you know what? You right. You right. So you can be young and still give some wisdom to a wiser woman, who's lived more than you. Is you just give people perspective. I love those exchanges, those interchanges. I was gonna say those exchanges, because yeah, it's like I don't get to have a lot of those conversations face to face. I don't get to have a lot of conversations face to face that with people like me. I get to have them online with you, the other chosen ones that I attract and I draw, and I'm helping you along your journey with inspiration here or there. Maybe you catch my live. Some of you I coach, some of you I do readings for, but I don't get to have that face to face a lot. So it's like when we're around each other, we just orbit each other until it's time to go. And so somebody came says, I was like, oh, you got to get back behind the register. So she had to go on, but she said enough for me to get the message. You know what I'm saying? So we had an exchange. Don't be afraid to speak up and say, this, because you have an old soul just like they do. So don't think, oh, this person's older than me. I can't get them. No, I can't tell them what I'm thinking. They don't care what I'm thinking. No, they do. You're both old souls. You just came to this planet at different times. And so there's a mutual respect among that. right? And put it, like she said, put a smile on your face. And then the next time she walked past, this is how I was looking at work, at this event. Um, so you guys, she's like, how's cheesing like this? The next, she said, even if it's a fake one. She told me, you trying to sell something, put a smile on your face. She's like, even if it's a fake one. She kind of did it on that slide, like, you trying to sell something, put a smile on your face, even if it's a fake one, like that type of energy, get me together, adjust my crown, so to speak. And so, you guys, when you have a divine encounters, like the horse was out there, she was inside, and we eventually got to have a conversation when she came back around and told me about how she got married and how she is and all this. And it just gave me so much peace. Today it gave me so much peace about who I am, because you can wake up and fall back to sleep. You can absolutely do that on this planet. There are no guarantees that you have an awakening, you stay awake, and you do everything you're called to do this lifetime. Many lifetimes you will probably come here and wake up and go back to sleep. Go back to your old life. You'll let people pressure you. You let the pressure of the spiritual awakening, the pressure of you going through the dark night of the soul, exposing all the ugly in your life that you need to get rid of. God will let you see it at a higher level so that you can't deny that this relationship has to go. The betrayal is there. The jealousy is there. The envy is there. The sabotage is there. Every time something goes wrong, that person is there. Spirit will not deny the fact. Spirit will make it so bold and plain and in your face that it feels like punishment because you've seen it all at once. But these are relationships and people and places and even jobs and things that you do that show you how having this in your energy is a disrespect to yourself, because you have the absolute power to cut it out of your energy and cut ties, distance ties with certain relatives, and choose who your soul family will be coming into your life. You don't have to be stuck with relatives. Family is the people you choose. Family is a real bond. Family is a chosen bond. Okay? Aside from your children, family is what you make it. Because don't you meet someone, you marry them, and you start a family? That's your family. The one you chose to start, the one you chose to create, and those who you invite into your life to be a part of that. Okay? And so let's be powerful in understanding that we're all individuals on this planet. There's nobody who's in charge of you. You don't have a manager this lifetime. Your parents not your manager. They're your providers until you're of age. They don't manage your life. And so get out of that mindset that somebody needs to tell you what to do. I lived in that mindset for so long that it hurt me. It hurt me so deeply. So when I had my dark night of the soul and had to awaken to the fact that I had not been behind the wheel for so long, that I felt like I wasn't an adult yet, and that what everybody else thought was more important, my elders, what everybody else thought is more important. They will actually, I'll tell you this from my experience, and you might be able to relate because everybody doesn't go through this. People will make a decision for you or talk to you a certain way and then call you stupid for doing it. People don't care how you feel. They don't care what they did to you. People will look at you and say, oh, you have light. I'm jealous of you. I don't like you because of who you are. And you don't want to believe that. But baby, you're going to have to wake up and believe it. People, they envy it at a level where they will get you off this planet and hide your body. Okay? They Cain and Abel. If you can't relate to nothing else, that story that tells you that is the warning before the destruction. So when your spirit is speaking to you, telling you to remove people from your energy, do it. Don't play with it. Don't go sit and play cutesy with them. The holiday season, watch your kids around. Don't let them fix no place. Don't let them come into contact. Sometimes you got to eat at home before you go to somebody's house for a dinner. You can't eat at everybody's house. You cannot eat in mixed company because they could be speaking spells and praying over your food while you eating it. They could be praying that you choke. Do not play no games out here, because we're going into a new phase on this planet, one that y'all have never seen before. And life is changing. Whether you change or not, life is changing. For the chosen ones, you're going to be out here in places doing things, and people are going to recognize your light and your energy. People around you have felt it. Childhood friends and your family members know. They know. They know you're special. They know you're different. But they also know that if you don't do nothing with it, they don't care. People will siphon energy as long as they can until you learn who you are and learn boundaries and to cut things off, right? And stop letting people guilt trip you into things, and stop guilt tripping yourself into thinking you owe people. You do not. You do not. Your presence is enough. Because look at how other people get treated. Their presence was enough. They didn't have to do shit. They didn't have to do a damn thing, and they were accepted. They were respected. Some people, their presence is so valued that people will give to them just for showing up. They don't have to lift a finger, touch a thing. Just the mere fact that you here is enough for me. I want to be good to you, right? So why would you feel lowly, like you need to run around and do so much for people, like your energy ain't enough too? You just got to be around people who value you. You got to be around people who value you. That's number one. You cannot go where you are not valued and expect to be valued. You showing up and having expectations don't mean nothing. The quicker you learn how to value yourself and go where you're valued, the less strife you'll have, the less heartache you'll have, and the better your reality will become as a result. You'll be able to accomplish those things that you've been dreaming about that you just couldn't quite do. You've been sitting in the wrong energy. It won't manifest there. Imagine trying to manifest something and everybody's like, as soon as you raise it up, it's being knocked back down. Soon as you raise up a thought, it's being knocked back down. So it's so important to value yourself, love yourself, and allow your heart can attract abundance when your heart is full of love. If you do not love yourself, or you do not even like yourself, that's where I step in. I step in because I know what that's like. I know everybody's like, you so pretty, you so this, you so well spoken. I tried to make myself perfect to be liked. It never worked. I tried to make the most money I could as a single woman to be liked. It never worked. I was always second, third, last choice for somebody in my life. I have never been anybody's first choice this lifetime. I'm gonna be honest. I have never. My children as babies, but even as they've gotten older, like I went through a phase when y'all know this, and I'm transparent about my story. Anybody don't like it, let's go to court. I don't care. This is my story, my testimony. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about the things I've gone through. Anybody who played a negative role in that, you're gonna have to go reconcile with yourself or God. I'm gonna speak my truth on this channel. I am not shutting up anymore. There are people who need to hear my story. Y'all, it took me so long to get to this point where I was just willing to open up, because I was always afraid to offend somebody, and somebody's always watching over me, making sure I don't say nothing. Okay? A life of hardships that you have light to carry you through them, so it don't look like what you've been through, right? And I would say this to say that it made me strong as hell. But God is also pulling me into a season where God want me to see love too. You deserve to be loved. And for years, I just knew how to be strong. And so being second choice and second fiddle to the point where I got ready to move to Dallas, my baby daddy and my ex-husband got together in front of my sons and talked about me like a dog. They wanted my children to turn on me. That was July 2020. Labor Day weekend, 2020, September, my mom was flying to Texas to bring me my child, my youngest child. Legally, he couldn't hold him. By November 2020, my birthday weekend, my oldest son leaving his dad's house. So I traveled to Dallas alone initially. Spirit kept telling me, you go alone and leave it all behind. Go alone and leave it all behind. I tried to take too much stuff. It cost me extra to move it. I gave away a ton of stuff, but go alone and leave it all behind. I would have saved strife, time, and money. and go along, let me know that everybody's going to caravan and follow me down there. Nobody ended up going. Everybody backed out for whatever reason. Spirit was already telling me, you're going alone and you need to leave all of this stuff behind. The physical stuff, the emotional stuff, the mental stuff. I didn't take heed. I didn't know what it meant, but I saw what it meant. That move went from $1,800 to $3,600 after I even gave away the living room set. So I had money to cover it at that time. I thought I was hood rich. Okay. Spirit made sure I had the money to move. Tens of thousands of dollars, right? And it was all my money that I had saved up. Just miraculously made it available to me. So just out of obedience and being able to go do that move. But y'all, Spirit kept telling me, you're going along, leave it all behind. So my heart wouldn't be broken when I saw how I was going to end up going along. It wasn't that my family couldn't take off work to trail me down there. My sister and my brother stayed to the end with helping me clean out my apartment. But the night before my son turned on me, his dad had already been in his ear for months. And he started staying over there. And then my youngest son, he said, I ain't bringing him back to 3 o'clock in the morning when you get ready to get on the road. I should have knew that was a setup. Then he called cursing me out at 3 a.m. in the morning. This is an actual factual thing that happened. I will not say his name. And I'm like, dang, what I do to deserve this? Like, I got up at 3 a.m. off of 2 hours of sleep, left some stuff in the apartment. They charged me like $175 or whatever. It was like, whatever. Went to the police station, tried to get my son. They wouldn't let me. And then they was like, your order says he's with you for the school year or whatever. So I was like, okay, when school year start back, they was like, come up here, get us, we'll get them. And so basically drove. My mom was like, what you gonna do? By then it was 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours of sleep, y'all. 10-hour drive ahead by myself. I said, I'm finna just go. I gotta go. I gotta sign my lease today before 4 p.m. And I gotta be there when the movers come with my furniture, with all my stuff. It's gonna come on a moving truck. I gotta be down there. I can't just stay here and fight with him for my son. And so I gotta go ahead and then try to come back and maybe get him. So I got on the road. That 10-hour drive took like 11 and a half hours. I just barely made it to the leasing office before 4 p.m. to sign my lease so I could stay in my apartment that night versus getting a hotel room. And yeah, I had been talking to somebody and we video chat every day for a month, like to build some trust. And when I got there, it's like God just gave me a nice little knight in shining armor. Like, he's a real good friend. He showed up when he got off work and at the bank, and he's like, I got you. He moved the rest of the stuff out of my car into the apartment. I had no bedroom furniture, no nothing furniture in there yet. I'm waiting on the movers to show up. And he was like, so what you gonna do? I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna go get an air mattress or something till my furniture get here. He's like, nah, you're not staying here. You're not sleeping on the floor. So I stayed with him for a week until my stuff arrived. Like, I needed that. I needed that. I needed that. We didn't last, but it wasn't no hard feelings when it didn't. But people can come into your life for a reason, a season, a lifetime. So ladies, I know a lot of y'all get stuck in y'all ways. Like, if this don't lead to marriage, I don't want it. You could be missing a blessing in that moment. You could really be blocking your own blessing by pushing people away, having this expectation that they're supposed to be there forever and do this and show up like this and be like that. And I can't stay with him. You ain't no damn virgin. God know you ain't. Just don't leave his house with nothing you didn't come with, okay? On your body. Be realistic. Y'all think this churchy heaven and hell that you put yourself in, and this is a sin, I must not do it. Universal laws ain't got said nothing about you sleeping with nobody. These commandments, the things that they try to convict you for, that ain't it, baby. You gonna spend your whole life in fear in a low vibration and missing out on, why I can't manifest this, why I can't manifest that. I must go repent. I must go do this. I was raised in church. My grandfather was a pastor. I was always drawn to church, but that was my path. Spirit wanted me to feel that connection to church and see for myself. So when I got ready to break free on this spiritual journey, it made sense. I understood what Spirit was showing me and how I was raised, that this is contradictory to the church. It wasn't contradictory to God. It was contradictory to the church, the pastor, not the church, the body of Christ people, but the physical church house and the pastor and his rules. I was breaking all the rules with my spiritual journey, tarot, reading energy, crystals from the earth. And it's all through the Bible how to use them. So people pick and choose how they, oh, I teach from the Bible, and you teach from certain parts of the Bible, sir. And so they just get on the pulpit and make up stuff ain't even in scripture, ain't even in text. It ain't nowhere. It's out of, this is their feelings. And so I understand that these men are running a business. And so when somebody walks in like me, this is sitting at the top of this deck I made. They don't want nobody reading them. People like me ain't welcome at church. And so you'll see on my live feed a lot of times on TikTok, uh, we always get put out of somebody's church. Or the pastor like, how did you know that? How you think I knew that? Because they think if you playing a game, everybody else must be playing a game too. Some of us are real. Some of us are who they call Jesus Christ in the flesh. We're here. And so you're chosen for a time such as this, where the planet is evolving, the spells and curses of the dark ones are it's releasing, and Mother Earth is cleansing herself and purging herself, and her children are here to raise the vibration. We have come back. And so do not live fearfully, and break free from anybody in your life that is trying to hold you back, because they are siphoning your power in the process. You living in fear is giving your power to them. Understand that every day of your life. Um, I'm a spiritual shaman, a life coach for the world, if you will, and I'm a certified relationship coach. So when you come to me, I'm going to talk to spirit and look at you and see exactly what's going on with you and exactly what you need to do to get on track with walking in your purpose and what you need to heal within yourself. You need to be around people who are doing that, who have bold faith, who are doing it. You're not going to learn from somebody else who's scared, who hasn't gone through their awakening. You're going to be the light in the dark place. So you're going to be the one that shows up and have to be the light that attracts people. And so it's like, I train the light workers. I prepare the awakening, So you see on these things, they're like, oh, I train life coaches. No, I train light workers. I guide light workers on their awakening, their ascension, their journey, how to get through your dark night of the soul. Because if I tell you the stuff that I've been through, you would probably faint. Okay. But we can show up and smile, because if I can smile like this, I can smile in Satan's face too. And I have. So you understand the difference. You're going to have to be fearless for this journey. You're going to have to understand your power. You got to have to understand the hierarchy in spirituality, so that you are not timid by the things you see, feel, or pop up in your dream. Something tried to suffocate me in my dream last night. But here I am. I knew to get up and rebuke it and pray and say the right words and to cancel it out and to call that spirit forward for judgment. You don't play with me like that. You understand? Not, oh my gosh, something's after me. No, you about to answer to this right now. Bring your ass front and center. Who was that? Who did that? Who is that? What's behind this? What is that spirit? What is your name? Nothing has the right to touch me. You understand? You got to get in that energy, honey. You can't walk around scared. You can't walk around this planet scared. You can't walk around people who want you to fail scared. You got to show up. No matter what it looks like, you got to show up. So you ready to take your leap of faith and actually take the fool's journey, and you're actually afraid. You're afraid. You need some help. I am here. I am here for you all. So this ain't just no cute little YouTube channel. I'm getting the word out. I love y'all. My contact information is in my bio, as well as my emails in the description here. Y'all be great on purpose.